Hi, my name is Katelyn Matthews, and my special selection speech is on my grandpa. His name was Jimmy Luther Matthews Jr. He was born on July 22nd, 1953, in Dallas, Texas. He lived to the age of 57, and he passed away in Denton, Texas, in February of 2011. And this was due to kidney issues and diabetes complications. He lived a great 57 years in Texas. He met my grandma, and they got married in 1972. And then they had my uncle and my dad. And they had my uncle in 1977, and then my dad in 1979. He stayed in Denton, Texas his whole life. This is where he raised his family and where most of us grandkids were born. My dad was born in Denton, Texas, and this is where we started our family. We lived very close to my grandpa and saw him nearly every day. In 2004, we moved to Oklahoma, but still saw him and my grandma every weekend. They would drive up to see us in Oklahoma, or we'd drive down to see them in Texas. I share some really great memories with my grandpa. One thing that was really special to me and my grandpa were word searches. He did word searches all the time, and I loved that as a kid. I was just so fascinated by it. I would crawl up in his lap and help him with the word search, even though I don't think I found nearly as many as he did. We did this all the time, and this was our special thing. After he passed away, he left me his word search book that I still have today. It's a really thick word search book, and I will do it on occasions to think of him. And there are still a lot of the completed word searches that he had done, and sometimes I'll flip back and look through those as well. I also share some similar memories with my 2 siblings and 3 cousins. My grandpa enjoyed taking us to McDonald's. We obviously loved that as little kids. We would always go, morning, lunch, or dinner. A specific memory that I have with him would be in the mornings at McDonald's. He'd order us kids like a few platters to share. There'd be like hotcakes, sausage, biscuits, and eggs, but I never ate the eggs because I thought they were gross. He came up with this great idea of putting jelly on my eggs so I'd eat them, because who doesn't like jelly? And I continued this tradition for a while. Every time I eat eggs, I would occasionally catch myself wanting to put jelly on them. Another memory that I share would be with my siblings and cousins would be the road trips to and from Texas. My parents used to work a lot, and so on the weekends, my grandparents didn't work, so they would meet my parents halfway between Oklahoma and Texas and either pick us up and take us back to Texas and watch us that weekend. And the drives were my favorite. We would just sing the whole time. The songs would range from like Christian music to Jonas Brothers or Hannah Montana, and I have such good memories from those car rides. My grandpa has taught us a lot of things. One thing specifically that he has taught me and my family would be how to work hard. My grandpa did everything he did with 100%. He worked hard to provide for his family, and I see this trait passed down to my dad specifically. My grandpa has taught everything my dad knows today. My dad also gives 100% in work, in his relationship with God, and through sports that he's involved in. He does everything. He provides everything for our family. And my grandpa has shown this while my dad grew up, and it's being passed down to each generation. And I want to continue that by working hard and putting everything I have with 100% and just doing everything I can to the best of my ability. Another thing that he taught me would be to love endlessly. My grandpa showed his love so easily to other people, and I knew growing up that my grandpa loved me, my family, and everyone in his life so much. He had so much love to give, and he was so selfless and would give his love out freely. Another thing that he taught me would be how important family is. He'd do anything for our family. He loved us so much and would give anything to us. He'd buy us unlimited McDonald's and would do anything to protect us or anything to be with us. This is evident when we moved to Oklahoma. He made it clear that he would want us to see us every weekend or as many times my parents would let him. He would drive like 2.5 hours just to see us for a couple days that weekend. And I just know that if he was still alive today, that he would make the effort to come and see us at least a few times a year in Washington or in Idaho. I know he would fly or do whatever it takes to come see us. My grandpa was an amazing man. I have such amazing memories with him, like word searches, McDonald's, and car rides. We had the best of time with him. He has also taught us so many things to live by. I know he wanted us to work hard, love as much as we can, and the importance of family. I love and miss him so much, and I can't wait to see him again one day.